What's up guys, Elise here, and today we're going to talk about health and entrepreneurship. I'm a 27-year-old entrepreneur. I started my first business when I was 17. It was a multimedia platform, which slowly evolved into a radio station / podcasting station. I ended up franchising that business out, and now we have that location in Oak Lawn. With all of the traffic coming through the first radio location, the guests and radio personalities wanted somewhere to go. There was really nothing to do in the area, so I ended up getting a team together and we renovated an old cigarette shop into what is now a coffee shop and event space. In a nutshell, I have my one radio location, a franchise location, and a restaurant. But anyway, back to the topic. I wish I would have been more conscious of my health during my journey. It was the week of the grand opening for the radio station, and I got terribly sick. I'm talking laid out. I felt like I was dying. I was sick for about 10 days. But none of that mattered because the show had to go on. I had to let the personalities in. I had to let the guests in. So I went with like a blanket over my head and just opened the door for them and let them be. I didn't have any employees at the time. All I had was 103-degree fever, and it was bad. I ended up going into the basement and finding a couch to lay on and just drank a bunch of water, but I could barely walk. That's how bad that sickness was. Never actually got tested to see what it was, but when I went to the doctor, he said that it sounded like the flu. He didn't really want to be in the room with me too long, so he gave me some Advil and sent me on my way. If you guys like what I've said so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the like button. Now, I've never been heavy. I've always been on the skinny or lean side, but I am here to testify. Skinny does not mean healthy. I was extremely unhealthy during this time, and while I was getting all of my businesses established, I was working a part-time job, so I didn't have time to eat. I wasn't sleeping properly. I was really just kind of eating fast food and running off of 4 or 5 hours of sleep with very high stress. Now, I was ambitious and eager to start the radio station. It has been extremely successful. So I pat myself on the back for that because it was hard to get it up and running and it was stressful. But it all worked out. However, I don't recommend that, the way that I went about those things. And I'm here today to tell you that if I could go back and change some things, I definitely would. Here are the things I wish someone would have told me while I was on my journey. It's hard to always be on the go when you feel like crap. So the first thing I'm going to mention is drink water throughout the day. That is very important. Dehydration can cause a lot of problems, but it really messes up your stamina and your strength. You just don't feel good when you're dehydrated. So make sure that throughout your day, you are drinking plenty of water. Keep some water in your car. Put it in one of these babies. Don't keep plastic in your car. I heard that that's poisonous and causes cancer. Try to make sure you're going through at least 4 bottles of water a day, and that's not even as much as you should get, but that will at least keep you somewhat hydrated while you're moving around through your busy day. Second thing, prep healthy meals. Now I know, you guys, I don't have to tell you that fast food kills. Literally, it'll kill you. So try not to eat it too much. I know that when we get really busy, we just want to go and eat whatever we can really quick so we can get back to what it is that we need to do. But seriously, guys, if you try to prep some meals throughout the week, at least you're only eating fast food maybe once or twice a week, which is a whole lot better than what I was doing because I was probably eating fast food every single day. Once I changed these 2 very simple things, let me tell you, my energy level was off the charts and I was able to do so much more. My head was so much more clear, and because I was more focused and energized, it actually helped my business a lot. So take care of yourself physically because it is going to play a major part in the beginning, especially of you being an entrepreneur. So about a 1.5 years passed of the radio station being open, and I was feeling a lot better. My body was just feeling a lot better. And we decided to take on the Java Jam project. So that was going on while I was running the very first radio station podcast station. So I was doing both at the same time. About a year went by from then. The radio station was established. Java Jam was getting on its feet and everything seemed to be great. I went to a meeting with a client one day, and let me tell you guys, I did not see this coming. So I'm talking to the client, and she's telling me how she's very excited to start her radio show, and she's telling me all the things that she planned on doing, and I'm sitting there, I'm smiling, we're having a great conversation, and it felt like the room dropped. It felt like the floor opened up underneath my feet, and I just fell and hit the ground. It was awful. And I had to sit there and still try to smile and act like nothing was wrong. So I quickly wrapped that up, sent her on her way, and tried to walk to the bathroom because I didn't know what was going on. I called my significant other and he tells me, "It sounds like you had a panic attack." What? A panic attack? Nothing happened. I was in the middle of a conversation, a good conversation. Why am I having a panic attack? So I went to the doctor the next day, and he essentially told me that high levels of stress, which I was under a lot of stress, could cause anxiety and panic attacks. And if I was to keep this level of stress in my life, there was a high chance that I would suffer from some sort of high blood pressure and even more panic attacks, which could lead to fainting. So I decided I needed to make a change in my life because even though I was much more physically healthy, my mental health was not where it needed to be. The change that I made was something that was relatively small, but also very hard to be consistent with. It was meditating, and meditation really does help, and it takes a while to be able to really clear your mind, focus on your breathing, and just be present in the moment. However, I was doing it while I was at the gym because that was the only time I really had to meditate. So I would get on the treadmill for about 10 minutes before my workout, and I would walk and I would listen to calming music, or I would listen to birds chirping, or I would listen to something to just clear my mind, forget about the day. And this is really hard, guys. When you know that there's a million things that you have to do, forgetting about the day for 10 minutes can be really difficult at first. But I knew that I needed to do this for myself because I needed to remain healthy. I added meditation to my workout routine, and my stress levels drastically decreased, and I haven't felt anything like that since that day. The last thing I want to talk about is sleep. I know that there's a ton of videos out there that say you can sleep when you're dead and don't worry about getting sleep. Get your sleep, guys. Get your sleep. Get at least 7 or 8 hours of sleep. Whatever you want to work on, whatever you're thinking about, it will be there tomorrow. I always thought health was all about your physical self, but it's about your mental self too. So if you're an entrepreneur out here, be sure to take care of you first. Thank you guys so much for listening. Until next time.